Hello. This was a week ago. This was last Sunday morning. It was an absolutely beautiful day. I was taking a little bit of time in the morning, just sitting out on the deck with the boys. The birds were chirping. It was a beautiful weekend. My ferns are doing great and my little potted plants that I got. And really what I was trying to do right now was just kind of come up with a game plan. So I have like a monthly planner. That's where everybody's appointments and everything go. This is November. This is the first month where nothing is written into it. I had my freezer inventory. I had like kind of a game plan of what I wanted to do this week. And part of the reason why I wanted to do these June vlogs is to get back into the rhythm and figure out a simpler way of figuring out what's for dinner, because I really want to get back into dinner videos and food prep. And I'm really trying to get some inspiration because I really miss doing all of this. And then hopefully help you all come up with ideas and, trying to get out of a dinner rut and everything. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So the boys were great. Monday, everything went smooth. I went to Costco and I knew that I had HelloFresh waiting for me when I got home. And I really like this. And part of the reason why I'm using it in the month of June is to kind of establish like that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I find those are the hardest days of the week for me. We did get an electrolyte sample in here. And I think that is what I'm trying to do is I just find those are the 3 nights of the week that are the hardest for me. So I got 5 dinners of 2. So it should have been like 10 servings. It was $67.49. I thought it was really good value. I really do like this. I know it's not in everybody's budget, but any recipe that I have here, you could definitely go to Google and do a search and find something that you can recreate. So I'm not trying to sell you this, honestly. I'm really trying to give you some inspiration. And I got this easy creamy beef fusilli and the pork enchiladas. These ones were the ones that I knew that our son would like. And then the other 2 are the ones that I knew he wouldn't like. So that would kind of help me have something different for my husband and I. And I'm also trying to really figure out portion control and using cleaner, healthier ingredients too to get dinner on the table and having all of the meats in the freezer. There was a lot of extras that came here just because it's the kickoff to summer and lots of recipes. So everything is here. I have 5 dinners of 2, and then the beef fusilli, I got 2 of it. So 2 bags are the same. And then I also got free breakfast items for this month. So I picked these banana nut muffins. I would not recommend them. They were just very chemically. And then my husband said he used to get these whenever they were in Afghanistan. So he loved them. It was like he kind of missed them, but I really didn't like them. So everything comes packaged differently in the summer. So there's a lot more insulation. All of your meat is here. And then it has the ice packs. But this time, instead of all of the dairy being in with the brown bags, they have it in here. So there's cheese this week, sour cream and cream cheese, and then they have the ice packets. And if I had room, I would keep these because these are great to throw in a cooler if you're just going away for the afternoon, or if you're going to Costco like me, that's a couple of hours away. But on the Monday night, we were having this, there's all my Costco stuff I'm still trying to get put away, this easy creamy beef fusilli. I thought this would be a hit for everybody. And then I was thinking maybe Monday night would be pasta night. So I have the ground beef, I have the pasta, 2 nice containers of white mushrooms. Everybody loves mushrooms. And this was a quick dinner, so the onions come already chopped. I was very thankful for that. And then it had peas. It also came with this garlic puree. I find it's very rich. And then like a gravy mix and all of that, and then the sour cream. So I went ahead and made it. You could Google this recipe, or I could link this down below, and here is what it's supposed to look like, and here's what it did look like. It wasn't as creamy as what I thought it was going to be, but I was very happy with the portion size. This was supposed to serve 4, definitely a lot more than that, but I also added, I think, a little bit too much pasta water, so it wasn't as creamy. So I portioned it all out, the 3 of us, for dinner. And that's one of the things, like no more like bread and side salads. Like I'm just kind of focusing on the meal. And I was really excited about this. I put a little bit of fresh Parmesan Reggiano and some black pepper on top. I really thought that this was going to be a hit for everybody. And it made a lot. I was really surprised. So even after I got the 3 servings out, this is what was left in the pan. Still quite a bit left, definitely a lot more, because I wanted leftovers for our son for Tuesday and my husband's lunch for Tuesday. Our son was not impressed with it. He tried it, but he didn't like it. So I took his plate, mixed it up with Rayo's marinara. He ate it. He loved it. So thankful to have a familiar flavor for him, just with his autism sensory issues. And then everybody had 5 of these Reese dipped animal crackers that I got at Costco. That was the serving size. These were so good. Very, very dangerous, I will tell you that. But this was an excellent dinner, and I couldn't get over how much this made. There was enough for my husband's lunch because he's going to have other stuff with it. Enough for our son's lunch the next night. And once again, we mixed it with the Rayo's marinara. He loved it. And there was enough left over that I put it into this Rubbermaid container and I froze it. So not only did I get like a full dinner for our family, lunch, another dinner for our son, but also a freezer meal to go with it. So I'm kind of thinking maybe Monday night would be a really great night to have pasta because everybody likes it. And then I could use a freezer meal and also use it for leftovers. Tuesday was the day I did not pick up the camera, but I did end up making the ginger beef and pork noodle bowl. That was the one my husband picked. It had 6 ounces of pasta as a serving size, and it was a lot. It was really good, and I was very thankful that there was enough to have leftovers for my husband and I for lunch on Wednesday. And I think this is one of the things that I'm thinking about how I could recreate this on my own. So you just take some peanut butter, put it with some warm water, you whisk it, you thin it out, and then it just used like a honey garlic sauce. You could use whatever vegetables you have, and then, you know, the proper serving size of pasta. And it all came together really quick, and there was peanuts that you could roast, but just coming up with that peanut flavor and then the different vegetables you could use frozen, fresh, clean out the fridge. And I think this is really what I'm trying to get back into, is getting inspired and creative in the kitchen. And this was really good. But it was a pretty big, heavy portion, and I just found it was a little bit too much. And then what I had for lunch with some fresh veggies on the side was absolutely perfect. And I just found like on Wednesday was the day. It was like, why did I say I was going to do June vlogs? So the game plan on Wednesday was to make this spring roll bowl for my husband and I, and then make enchiladas for our son. But I ended up making enchiladas for everybody this night. So I went ahead, I made the enchilada sauce. All of the directions and everything are here. And enchiladas is something I never ever think about because where I live, like, I don't know any stores that sell enchilada sauce. So it showed with the tomatoes on the top, but we're not big tomato lovers. So I just took the seeds out and I diced up the green pepper, the red onion, and the tomato, and then I mixed it all in with the beef mixture. It also came with the tortillas, but I decided to use the keto ones just because they're a little bit bigger, but the other ones will not go to waste. And I always find that there's never enough cheese. So anyways, I went ahead, I made the enchiladas. They're ready to go into the oven. I got to get the dishwasher emptied. Everything just kind of Tuesday and Wednesday, everything got away with me because I also stopped at the farmer's market and I got fresh strawberries and I wanted to get these cleaned and put away so they didn't go to waste. But oh my goodness, what a difference. Fresh local strawberries. So I was able to get them in the Rubbermaid Freshworks container. These ones are not washed and these ones are. Look at how beautiful they are. And this is what we're having as the side for our dinner. And this was so good. And enchiladas, this is something I need to do as a freezer meal. So like my brain, like, you know, I'm already starting to get ideas. Like I could do a freezer meal for enchiladas on Monday night. That would be so easy. At first, our son wasn't too sure about this, but once he knew the flavor was really good, that's all we had was just the enchiladas with a little bit of sour cream and then the strawberries on the side. It was perfect. The only thing is no leftovers for this. So thankfully, we were able to come up with something for our lunches the next day. Of course, Hunter is supervising. And then on Thursday, I made the pork spring roll inspired bowls for my husband and I. Really great. It uses crispy shallots, but you could use like the crispy onions just for a little bit of crunch on top. It was a pretty good like portion size. I think I could have stretched it for a lunch for my husband the next day, but it was really good. I really like this. And then you just drizzle a little bit of plum sauce on top. And then for our son, I made him a really nice breakfast sandwich, some hash browns, and then the strawberries. He was super excited and I felt like I was getting back on track. But it was definitely a little bit of a struggle week for myself. Just I had such an expectation of what I wanted to do, but I think I had a little bit of an unrealistic plan. So I was really thinking like, you know, Monday night would be pasta night. Tuesday night would be, you know, a rice or a salad dinner because there would be leftovers for our son. Wednesday night, I was trying to figure out. And then, you know, Thursday night, Brinner night or cleaning out the freezer. Friday is kind of the takeout at home. And then as we got into the weekend again, too, I was thinking like, do we have to have burgers or wraps or something on Saturday? And then, you know, focusing on the meat on Sunday. So I just thought, you know, Monday and Tuesday, even Wednesday, I kind of thought of them as fight night. And I got the term from Sandy Richard. This was a show years ago called Fixing Dinner. I picked this up at the thrift store, but she was a professional meal planner, like a meal planning expert. And she would go into the families and she would say, what is your fright night? What is the one night of the week that is the hardest to get on the table? And for me, it's always the beginning of the week because I always try and do the appointments, all of the heavy stuff that's going on outside of the house. And I just have a lot going on. And I really struggled this week. And the big thing that I'm trying to do is just come up with some game plan and a routine. And that is to get back into getting inspired, especially as we're making a lifestyle change, learning proper portion sizes. And I want to get back sharing that with you. So I will link the HelloFresh recipes down below, and then I'll give you a couple of alternatives that are kind of the same. I didn't have the great week that I thought I was going to have because, life happens. But I think just with the little bit that I filmed and just kind of recapping it with you, I think it gives you a really good idea of why I'm trying to figure out what's for dinner. I want to get back into having dinner videos and get creative in the kitchen, especially, trying to do a complete lifestyle change and portion control and still keep dinners very exciting and using a lot of fresh ingredients. So I'm really excited about this week. I think we're going to keep it simple and do some old school vlogs to get back on track and come up with figuring out what's for dinner.